When I'm walking down the street.
I do want to say to Donnie and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
Get my hat up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just
May not look like you.
look at Donnie.
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Moss?
Oh, my heart,
Happy 20th anniversary.
my heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? Donnie.
Letting its glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, and dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting its glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh.
The doctor lived next door to the janitor lived to the reverend and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks either. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Donnie, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it for all the more.
First name's Donnie, last name's Glover. Entered the winner for the long haul. Baby, it's Friday, and we are here. All right. So as you know, we have the Joe Mann's Black Wall Street Awards tonight over in Washington, D.C. We will be recognizing Dr. Tyrone Taborn, his lovely wife, Jean Hamilton, Mark Clark, Allison Seymour, Conan, Ron Busby. Ron Busby's the president of U.S. Black Chambers. Mr. Ricky Smith, he's the CEO of BWI Airport. Vernon Kirby, big-time engineer. Michelle Howard from, what's it called? WMATA, Washington Metro Area, blah, blah, blah. She runs contracts, WMATA, the transit system. Jennifer Hamilton. Jennifer works with seniors in the District of Columbia, and the one and only Micheline Bowman. We will also be honoring, they all are receiving Lifetime Achievement Awards. And it doesn't mean that they're old, it means that they've done a lot. Okay, regular awards go to Sherry Logan, Dr. Sarah Williams. Dr. Sarah Williams is a trauma therapist. Keita Williams, she does PR in the District of Columbia. Beverly Smith, she runs Mama's Safe Haven over there in Southeast DC. Woo, woo. Sasha Filippi, Mujisola Edu, aka Lushy Lush, in the house. Vinny Mwano, I think Vinny is from the Congo. Stan Long, Stan and his wife do a show over in DC. Alicia Pryor, Angela Bell, Connie Bell, that's one of Peggy's 16,000 sisters. Jeannie Waddell, Jackie Mims, Jackie Thompson, Terry Tabor, Daryl Fogan, Sonia Williams, Dr. Eushikia Wolford, Carol Dudley, Jason Wallace. Woo, what a lineup. That's 32 names and Dr. Cliff Patterson. What else we want to tell you? Do pick up a copy of my two books. One of them is Unapologetically Black. Yes, that's me. I actually made it to the White House almost 50 times. And of course, that's 2015. 2021, we came up with I Am Black Wall Street. I Am Black Wall Street looks at the history behind Tulsa, Oklahoma. How did those black people get there in the first place? And the truth of the matter is, it was a black Indian who led the way, and they were not slaves. They were soldiers. They were on the Trail of Tears. They were soldiers. They were not slaves. They fought to a truce. The white man said, okay, you've proven yourself. You take Oklahoma. Back then they called it Indian Territory. That was 1843. Chief John Horse got out there with 200 black families, didn't like it. And so then he proceeded from Oklahoma down to Texas. And then he said, the hell with America altogether, and went to Mexico. This is a story you will never hear in mainstream news. He is probably the greatest black hero that you have ever heard of. We got Bay next week. This week we have the Bay Metaquake Conference. This has everything to do with Dr. Taborn's book, Metaquake USA. It is about creating access for people of color in the whole, Rob Moore, all of them. Yes, all of them are being honored. We got a big ballroom, man. Got to fill up the space over at the Omni Shoreham. So make sure you come through there, Rob Morton. All right. We have with us our guest for today, Dr. Danita Tolson. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Dr. Tolson, now you throwing me now. Normally I say I've been practicing all night, Dr. Danita Tolson. But you threw up the elect. Are you running for something? This is news to me, breaking news right here on Be More News, Black USA.
Okay. I'm not running for anything right now. I actually was elected for the Baltimore County Democratic Central Committees and won.
Woo woo. All right.
Yep. Thank you.
Why did you want to be on the Central Committee?
To make change. You can't criticize if you don't get out there in the weeds and the field with everybody.
People do it all the time.
Yes. So, I don't believe in just criticizing or giving feedback. I want to get out there and make a change.
In Baltimore County?
Baltimore County. Yeah. And if I go anywhere else and I see that I can make a change, of course, I'm going to do that too.
What part of Baltimore County? The east side? West side?
Randallstown, Owens Mill, parts of Woodlawn, those particular areas. 10th District. Yes.
Now, that's where black people migrated to from Baltimore City over the past 50 years.
Right. Right. It's a lot of us in this area. Yep, it is. Population has grown with minorities in that area.
I mean, black people.
Black people, yes.
We lost that word a long time ago in this show. We get in trouble all the time for telling the truth. I ain't no damn minority, Dr. Tolson. I'm a black man in America who happens to be outnumbered, but internationally, okay.
And you continue to be outnumbered as long as there are, killings and being removed from society. Right.
Just here in America. There are 40 million black people in the U.S. There are 100 million in Brazil. Isn't that phenomenal?
It is. It is.
A lot of us have never been outside of the United States, other than to the islands.
Oh, no, it's a great opportunity. I welcome everybody to get the opportunity.
Do you like to travel?
I love to travel. Every opportunity.
What's your favorite place? Outside of the U.S.?
Germany.
Imagine that.
Yeah, Germany.
Sounds too daggone cold for me.
Yeah. Well, when I went, it wasn't that cold. It did give me a new light because in history, that I was taught that the Germans did not appreciate or like minority people, black people. But when I got over there, it was a totally different story than what I was taught in middle school, high school. Wasn't necessarily true.
It's interesting you should mention Germany because I saw something on Facebook this morning. This woman works for an abortion group. and it made me think of Margaret Sanger. Since this is Black History Month, a lot of
Mhm.
not all Black history is pretty.
Mhm.
There were some people who were trying to take us out.
Mhm.
And so the founder of Planned Parenthood was this woman named Margaret Sanger,
Mhm.
Sanger, and she was a spawn of Satan.
Mhm.
She said that Black people were like weeds that needed to be exterminated. The founder of Planned Parenthood. So I see a lot of people, oh, Planned Parenthood. You better
Mhm.
do your damn homework.
Mhm.
Find out who you hanging out with. But I mention that because we often look at Hitler
Mhm.
and his antics, not realizing Hitler was trained in the U.S. by people like Margaret Sanger.
Mhm.
They had this thing called eugenics. They wanted to make a master race because they saw how powerful Black people were. You remember Jesse Owens went over there and rocked this world.
Mhm.
Rocked
Mhm.
this world. Master race that. What happened to you, Danita? Cut yourself off. Oh, we'll be getting back to that. So that is important that we know where we fit internationally.
Mhm. Yep.
Also in Germany, they have remnants of the Moors. A lot of people don't know that the Moors were royalty across Europe.
Mhm.
Yesterday, we had a young man tell us about how in Poland they have the shrine of the Black Madonna. And a lot of us don't realize that that's a Black woman. The Black
Mhm.
woman is God, right?
Of course we are. We're supposed to be treated that way. Yes.
The world has been unkind.
Yes. Yeah. And that's why we need to pass that along to our kids and for generations. I know a lot of people want the critical race theory, a lot of our history to be wiped out of the schools, but it's important to let our kids know our history so they can carry on our legacy and pass it on and on and on.
What do you think of critical race theory? People trying to shut us up, or they want to put other books. And then I was reading something.
Mhm.
I couldn't believe this book's some book queer something, and
Mhm.
y'all are wrestling with it out there in Baltimore County.
Mhm.
Some book that has to do with sexuality,
Mhm.
but they're putting it on the shelves of elementary schools, and it just
Mhm.
seems like somebody. What's going on in Baltimore County?
It
Let's talk
makes
about it.
it makes you wonder. You can get certain books approved, but you want to take away the history, the minority history, certain history. We need to know about this. Um, why are they taking it away? Are they taking it away because of shame? What they've done to us? But everybody needs to know what happened historically. Don't take it away. Let's deal with it. Let's chop it up. Let's digest it and let's work together to make a better place.
I don't know if this older generation is going to do it. I think it's going to be the next generation because we're
Hmm.
still tainted and we're still scarred by the trauma. And then
Hmm.
people, people keep on doing the same thing
Right.
because there's some people say, "Oh, you should forgive them."
Hmm.
I can't forgive you if you keep sticking me in my side with an ice pick.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you're aware. I mean, what we have so much cultural training, diversity training, so much, training out there. It's no reason for anybody to have hatred in that manner in their heart. We're
Some
trying to
people just,
move America.
ugly.
Yeah. Well, some people have been raised, if that's all you know. Your family is teaching you that.
But let me tell you this: not all, it is really beyond color because there's some Black people I like the sidekick right in the harbor.
I'll be right beside you.
One of my heroes in this book is a white man. His name's Captain John Brown. I
Okay.
think he's the greatest white man who ever lived because
Mm-hmm.
he died fighting against slavery.
Mm-hmm.
He's a hero in my world.
Mm-hmm.
Harriet Tubman knew him. Harriet Tubman
Okay.
said, "Oh, I ain't gonna be able to do it though." He wanted to go. Frederick Douglass was like, "I ain't gonna be able to do it either." They were
Mm-hmm.
like, "I don't know, John." John, and they ain't looking good. Looking like the
Mhm.
Ravens out there. You might want to come back. John was full speed ahead, like
Mhm.
Don Quixote. But Captain John Brown, to me, is an example of the courage. And these are heroes that a lot of us don't even know about. A lot of us
Mhm.
don't even know that there were black people here in America before the European ever arrived. We
Mhm.
just don't know our history because we've allowed other people who don't know their history to tell us our history. So
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
what you get. You
But is it true what they're
no,
telling us?
no. I'm telling you
Yeah.
this: the first blacks that came here were not slaves.
Mhm. Mhm.
America, D.W. Griffith, The Birth of a Nation. They want to paint this picture, but that's for people who don't know their history. I
Mhm.
know my history, and not a
Mhm.
damn thing some fool can tell me.
Mhm.
I know that black people were in the Americas 14,000 years ago
Mhm.
and can prove it.
Mhm. Yep.
Right. So tell me about Baltimore County. Why can't y'all keep a school superintendent? You get a black, y'all be doing the hokey pokey out there. You put the left foot in, you put the left foot out. What's up with this? You had 4 black school superintendents in a row.
Exactly. And I
What's
would
up?
have liked to say 3, but now we're on number 4. And my problem is if you do not want a black superintendent, just say so. Don't keep putting them in there and then taking them out. If it's racially motivated, just say so.
It seemed
I mean,
racially motivated to
it
me.
is because all of them were black.
Well, Dr. Harrison didn't deserve any
Hmm.
BS from, it's like y'all got do you have a Karen squad?
A camera squad?
A Karen,
A camera? Oh, yeah.
Karen, a Karen squad.
No, we do not.
Yes, y'all do.
No, that
It's,
that
it's,
does not deal with the Baltimore County NAACP. We
oh,
highly supported.
no, excuse
We
me.
highly supported Dr. Williams, and we'll continue to support Dr. Williams. I
What,
thought he did some great things. It's problems when start start being split. We need to stick together. That's what the NAACP is supposed to do. Stick together, support, make sure that the person is doing what they're supposed to do, get on boards, meet with the people to try to make improvements, see what the issues are. We can't make change if we never come out and support. Then you have to look at the barriers. What was the barriers during his term?
COVID, I guess.
Exactly. COVID,
Transportation, bus
resource,
drivers.
absolutely. Absolutely. Along
But
with,
then he didn't want to fight though. Then he just like walk away like, I don't feel like fighting no more. I don't want to roar. Remember
I
Cat
don't think
Williams? I don't want to roar. Roar.
I don't think
Roar. He's supposed to roar. And he was
I
like,
don't think that was the case. I
no.
think he would have continued to fight, but why tarnish your career? If you've been educated, your records show in other counties like Montgomery, and then you come here, you know, you have a lot on your plate with COVID, all these other barriers that you have to work with. And usually a person that goes into a job, it takes years before you learn the demographics, to learn, you know, a lot of things that you need to put in place. But that second term or third term, you may start seeing a lot more improvements.
Well, if you're black, you don't get all of that out.
Of course not.
You don't get but so many chances. So you got to hit the
Of
ground
course
running.
not.
You got
Of
to hit the
course not.
ground running. Was this guy a PhD,
He was EDD.
a
Yeah,
doctor of education?
mhm.
Why didn't they ever? I never saw a doctor associated with his name. Did they put doctor on the screen when he came on TV?
Yes, is Dr. Williams. And I will always call him that. And I think people with doctorates should be called. I mean, give him his respect. That's just like President Obama. They called him Obama. Give them the respect, the title. President Obama, when he was in office. Why do we always have to take off what a person is? He earned it. Trust me, I'm sure it didn't come easy as a black man.
I don't even want to talk about PhDs because I'm dealing with some grad school issues. I'm about to tell them take all their degrees. You know, we get all of these degrees, but why isn't our situation changing? Since we got so many damn PhDs, why isn't our trajectory changing? Or do these people get PhDs for their own damn selves? Who do they help? And then they get a position, and then they block your phone number. They don't take your calls no more. They change their number. We know about them wannabe black so-called leaders. We know about them, Dr. Tolson. They get new on you. One before the election, they blowing your phone up. After the election, who?
I agree. I definitely agree. But hold them
Then you see
to
him
the fire.
then you see him at the Giant.
Then you hold them accountable. You speak to them. If they blocking your number, they not answering, hold them to what they say
I know
they
where
were
they
going
live
to
at.
do.
I know where their girlfriend live at.
Oh, okay.
I know the strip clubs they go to.
Oh, you telling me some deep, deep stuff.
They don't want to mess with me. Okay, so what we gonna do about the NAACP out there?
What are we going to do? Well, I'm trying to do as much as I can. It depends on what area you're talking about, because we're working in several areas. Education, we're looking at the violence in Baltimore County. We're planning a gun buyback. If you look at the crime, the youth, just murders, robberies.
Do you blame Baltimore City? Before you answer that, I was one of the moderators on a political forum back when Johnny Ochesky got elected, and they had Vicky Allman out there. Vicky Allman was running for county executive, and Vicky Allman made the mistake of saying to me, "We don't want Baltimore County to be like Baltimore City." I was like, "Hold up, pimp. Did you know that a lot of the drug dealers in Baltimore City live in Baltimore County?" She was pointing the finger like Baltimore City is making Baltimore County bad. And nothing could be further from the truth, because what happens in one happens in the other. It affects the other.
Migration.
70% of the people in Baltimore County, in Northwest Baltimore County, where you talked about, Catonsville, the Pikesville, come from Baltimore City.
Yep.
So it's like I'm pointing fingers at myself.
And that's the problem, which was my point initially. Us criticizing and pointing fingers when we need to be working together. If you point a finger or criticize, you got to come with a solution with that. So what solution or possible solution may not be a solution that's going to work towards resolving everything, but come with something to the table. Trust and believe, most people that are in these positions, they want the better. They want the better, and they're trying to figure out solutions.
What made you get involved?
What made me get involved? Crime, education.
When you say crime, I live in Sandtown, so we see crime all day, every day. What kind of crime are you talking about?
Crime, shooting, it don't matter who it is. They're going after the elderly. They're going after 6-year-old kids. It doesn't matter what it is. Crime can be defined in many ways: killing, shooting, robbing.
When that Baltimore County police hip tossed that black lady senior and took her down looking for her granddaughter.
Yes.
He wouldn't hip toss his mother like that.
Absolutely
or his grandmother,
not.
but he tried it on that black lady. I was mad at Baltimore County about that. Because then Johnny Ochesky first got in there. I did not like that.
Yeah. And what was done? Did anybody
Nothing.
hear what happened to the police officer?
Nothing.
Exactly. And just know that
we had something for him. We had something for him around here. Hip toss my mother. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It becomes personal.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it becomes personal when it I think is the
like
training.
When they killed Brother Bay around here. A woman beat up Brother Bay and killed him. Hit him in the head, broke his hip. She would have no peace.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
She killed a hero in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck with that.
It's sad. I mean, all I can do is just get out there.
Do you ever wonder when Donald Trump is going to get smacked upside his damn head? Because he's the cruddiest.
Exactly. Everybody around him is going down, except him.
When is Orange Man going down?
Mm-hmm.
Orange Man got
Interesting.
to go. He
He
caused
does.
the insurrection.
Mm-hmm. And it's
Suppose I went over there and
amazing.
caused the insurrection. I took
It's,
like 100,000 black people. We climbed the walls of the Capitol.
mm-hmm. Oh, if we did it, oh my gosh. You know, it would have been a massacre. We wouldn't have made it to the first step.
Never would have made it.
Absolutely. They would have had troops out there, the National Guard,
They
SWAT.
was smoking weed in the Capitol.
Yeah.
Put his feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk. Nancy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's still going on. They went after her husband by beating him in his head. Talking
Looked
about
like
Trump.
that man looked like Mr. Pelosi knew that dude. They were hanging out.
I don't know, but
I
he
saw a
talked
picture
very
of them
calm.
together.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Okay. You're giving me information.
Maybe they were smoking that medical marijuana, forgot what was going on, and the guy just got
Right.
So
Well,
what
I
we
still
gonna do?
don't condone the beating, regardless of what your belief is.
He hit him straight in the head.
Yeah, he did.
So take me back to. So you won't acknowledge the Karen squad in Baltimore County because it looked like it's a bunch of white women that go after every black school superintendent. That's why I call it the Karen squad.
It is Karen squads, but in the NAACP, I like to think that it's not because we are supporting Dr. Williams or the black superintendents.
What else?
It is Karen squads. Of course, if they don't like you, you're not pushing forward what they want. You're not that leader
But I
that they
looked at
want.
them.
They're going to try to replace you. When
I
are we
looked
going to
at 'em.
stop and let this? I mean, it has to end. You're going to get another black superintendent or black leader?
But
And
these
you're
are
going to try
not
to get rid of them too?
these
Just
are not
say
the
it's
cutest women,
racism.
though, Dr. Tolson. These are not the cutest women, and it's like, why are y'all going after anybody? I mean, have they looked in the mirror lately? Hello. I
Yeah.
think they need to go to yoga class and leave people alone.
Well, I'll second that.
So maybe we can get the Baltimore County School Board people in some type of therapy because they've been traumatized.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He
Listen to
had
some of
4
their.
black schools. Joe Harrison was the best school superintendent
Mhm.
ever, and they gave him hell.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it. I was there.
Mm-hmm.
He hired me to do some PR near the end.
Mm-hmm.
He was the first in the era when you had the first black president.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful man, kind man. They gave that man the blues.
Mm-hmm.
Gave
Well,
Dallas the blues.
would
What was
we
the lady?
expect
What was the
anything
lady name?
less? Would
What was
we
the
expect Vanita?
Vanita gave her the blues.
Yeah.
And
Would
if
we
they didn't like
expect
this
anything
fourth guy,
less, though?
if they didn't like this fourth guy, why they even let him in there? I'm gonna
Exactly.
shut up. You go ahead and take the show.
Exactly. He had the credentials, the experience. It was the color of his skin. Let's just call it what it is. The color of his skin. If you don't want us in it, just say that is the reason. Racism. And I keep saying that over and over again because it's a pattern. And somebody needs to bring it to the light. It's unfortunate that our kids have to go through this, and it's making our system more and more unstable.
Changing leaders every 5 minutes.
Absolutely. It's unstable right now. So what do you think that the next person is going to do? He has to get used to the system all over again. It's a turn all over again. And then they're going to be watching them. As you say, the Karen's going to be watching. If he's a minority.
I had a dream that the Karen squad, all of them, by next year, are going to be grandparents of mixed children.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things are changing. Things are changing.
If they had like some mixed grandchildren, they might calm down.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Or they may divorce, as they would say, people are doing now, divorce some of their family members.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
Divorce from the children?
People are doing it, especially if they cross over.
Oh my.
Yeah. If
Divorce
you
me because I
feel that,
married somebody you don't like.
yeah, if you feel very deeply about this is what you brought up, you brought your kids up thinking that, then yes, absolutely.
This generation, they are questioning their parents. I have some people in my
Hmm.
circle and they submit that this generation is questioning their parents' racial hatred
Hmm.
because now they're playing games with people all over the world. And America, see, America's problem was not even a problem, but its situation is geographically isolated. You've traveled,
Hmm.
you've been overseas. We are by ourselves.
Hmm.
So, it's like a kid up in his room playing with himself all the time. We
Hmm.
don't know that there are other worlds and cultures and people.
Hmm.
For instance, when I was in the Middle East, all of these countries are right there together.
Hmm.
And BBC gives you a chance. You can't lie because everybody got cameras on everybody.
Hmm.
Here we got one camera, one person controls the camera, and whatever they show is perceived as the truth.
Hmm.
But it's not like that in the rest of the world. People are more interdependent. People understand they have to live together. They have to be brothers and sisters. You might have Muslims, Christians, Jews, Sikhs, all of that in one
Hmm.
place.
Hmm.
But America, we still stuck on that Donald Trump. I still don't know why nobody snatched Donald Trump. And Joe Biden ain't helping out right now. I mean, what the hell, Joe? Here you got Trump all on the ropes, and
Hmm.
then Joe, why do you have the documents?
Hmm.
Didn't you see them
Well,
coming?
you just can't point fingers at him. It's several of them that are coming out the closet that had the documents. So you just can't say Joe Biden, President Biden.
But he's president right now, and it don't look good
Yes.
when he got it. But then they found
Hmm.
something back on Trump and them, and it's like,
Uh-huh.
wow, these people are messy.
Yes.
How do you take home? Oh, this is top secret. And I get it. You forgot it was there.
Uh-huh.
If Barack Obama forgot it,
Oh man.
they would want to arrest
Yes.
President Obama.
Arrest. Oh no. Arrest. Remove him.
Now
All
they would
kinds
move
of things.
if they found something on Obama, they would move everything to the side, including Trump and the insurrection, as a President Obama is a traitor.
Hmm.
No, Donald Trump is a traitor. Now I didn't agree with all of President Obama generally,
Hmm.
but he gave us more access than we ever got before. So
Hmm.
that's praiseworthy.
Amen.
I didn't even go to the White House during Trump. Truth. I
Hmm.
went there one time. It was a Sunday morning.
Hmm.
April Ryan had asked me to do something. I get over there. I was like, they didn't have my name, and I wasn't mad. I turned right
Hmm.
around and did something else. I didn't want to see him. Man, it's ugly.
Yeah, he is.
His
Yeah.
spirit is ugly. What they say, a black heart? And I don't like that. He had a white heart.
Hmm.
Everything bad is black. This Black History Month. Black eye, black heart, black ball, black list.
Yes.
Everything bad in America is black. They gotta
Hmm.
stop that.
What they
Black
said,
is
Black
beautiful.
Friday.
Yeah, black everything.
Yeah.
What is white ball? What is white Friday? What is
Hmm.
white listed?
Right.
You know what whitewashed is.
Hmm.
You weren't expecting this early on a Friday morning. But you're rolling with the punches. Okay, so what are we going to do? So we didn't even say it. What branch, which organization do you represent?
The Baltimore County NAACP. I'm the president of that branch.
And you service Woodlawn, Randallstown.
Woodlawn, Randallstown, Turner Station, all over Baltimore County area. Yep.
Oh, so you got the whole county.
We got the whole county.
And when do you have meetings?
We have meetings the first Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. Our executive meeting is at 6 p.m.
It's a lot of work holding together organization, isn't it?
Oh yeah, always.
Because our people can be particularly challenging. Do you have to serve
But I
food at
love
the?
us. I love us.
I don't know. Sometimes I want a sidekick. Do y'all serve meals at the meetings? How do you attract people? I mean,
Right now we're doing virtual.
oh, that cuts out the
Seeing,
meals.
yeah, it does. But every now and then we may meet for the WIN, which is Women in the NAACP. So, certain sub meetings may meet face to face. With the COVID, RSV, and so forth, go flu, yeah, until everything dies down again. I mean, it dies down, then it comes back. So,
I mean,
and
COVID
I'm a
numbers.
healthcare. I'm high in healthcare and being safe.
Can you explain this COVID thing?
I cannot explain it. It's so much going on. You hear one theory, then you hear another theory, and multiple vaccinations. I just say get the vaccine. It does provide some form of protection. Um,
What else
um,
can we do besides the vaccine?
mask, wash your hands, tissues. Don't leave your tissues hanging around.
No, I mean,
I'm a big believer. Don't get in my personal space when you're
oh my
talking to
God,
me. Please
you
step back.
using H words.
Right. So
Hello, how you doing? How your mother?
yes, please,
And get a
respect
damn tic
my
tac. You
space.
all up in somebody's personal space. Get a damn tic tac.
Yes, it matters. And then the touching, you know, eh, yeah, sometimes a little bit too much touching. And
Pissing people to duct tape.
people have the theory that if you wear a face mask and you cough or sneeze, you don't have to still cover your mouth. You do. Because when you sneeze, that moisture, the particles, you still need to cover your mouth.
And some people got bad breath and they got the mask on, so that's like double bad breath because they inhale in their own bad breath, and then they want to pull their mask down when you come about. How you doing? No, you won't.
I just say be safe, please.
I say step back.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I can hear right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And get a damn tic tac. Okay, so you got the whole Baltimore County, but let's get to the meetup. You got another group out there who speaks for Black people too.
Yes.
I have a dream. It's a dream deeply rooted in the American
Mm-hmm.
dream. How we gonna come together, Doc? How we gonna work together? How we gonna look? You gotta put your gun on the table. I gotta put my gun on the table, and
Mm-hmm. And I
how we gonna
agree.
work
As a
together?
Black woman, president of the NAACP, I'm not sure if is centered around some of that.
What's the
But
history before you got there?
yeah, it is. It was.
Before
It
Ryan
is.
got there, Ryan was it
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Coleman? I messed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
A history that before either one of you got to the current post,
Mm-hmm.
there was a split, and so there are two groups, and they don't like the latest school superintendent.
That is correct.
But they said it didn't start off like that. They said that Dr. Darrell Williams wasn't very sociable.
And that's the reason for wanting to remove him because he wasn't sociable.
They said he met with y'all, but they wouldn't meet with them.
And that is not accurate. If you talk to Dr. Williams,
He said they were stiff arming the other group, like, but y'all,
no,
he was like,
his team, my team, branch, we all wanted to work together for the better. But again, if you're criticizing, coming on TV, whatever you're doing, you need to come with a solution. Meet first. Don't just keep criticizing. And I'm always a big believer. My parents always told, what goes on at home stays at home. You try to hash it out first,
I believe
and
that.
then, but you got to bring it to the table. You got to talk it out.
Well, that's how other communities do. They have the meeting behind closed doors. Now we got to be careful about that. Was done at home stays at home, because that's also laced with a lot of trauma in all communities, black communities, white communities. If Uncle Charlie is a pedophile, Uncle Charlie is a pedophile, and everybody need to know it.
Absolutely.
But I mean, in terms of, no, we need to handle our family business. Y'all got to have a backdoor meeting, the two of y'all in private,
Mm-hmm.
and come out with some type of unified front, because we don't look good being split. It's Willie Lynch, east side, west side, light skin, dark skin, AKA Zeta, all of that silly stuff. Men, women, old, young,
Mm-hmm.
straight hair, nappy hair, kinky hair, tightly coiled hair.
Mm-hmm.
We
And
got
I have tried to pull us together several times, because that is my goal. I don't believe in division. So I've tried, other members have tried.
Take them a gift. Take them a gift.
I will. I mean, it won't.
Take them a fifth of Henny.
Okay. I'm a fighter. So I'm like, have you seen Tank fight? Javante Davis? He's a good fighter.
His gym is just around the corner.
Yes.
You
So
got
I love boxing.
and a mean right hook.
Yeah, but when we meet, let's talk reasonable and sensible, come with some solutions. It's got to be better.
The Bible says, blessed are the peacemakers.
Absolutely. And I guess that's why I continually be blessed.
But he's really, Ryan and them they're really not your enemies. It's kind of like it's two left feet going on right now. And we got to get one of those left feet back to be a right foot so that we can walk in sync. It's okay not to agree on everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just like you have a sister and brother, sister and sister, you may have a disagreement, and then you come back, you love them, all over again. But you got to work it out.
We're in a historic moment right now. You have a Black County Council chair, Julian Jones.
Mm-hmm.
This is unprecedented. It's never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
What will it take to change Baltimore County? Do you think maybe a lot of Black people should join the Republican Party in Baltimore County? Because we got to balance it out some kind of way. What we're currently doing is not working.
It isn't. I can't tell anybody what political party to be on as an NAACP president, but as the Democratic Central Committee.
Well, you can't say that, but I think we should flood the Republican Party, because then they'd be like, show up at every meeting. Like Baltimore 9-1 Democrats. So that means everything wrong with Baltimore is Democrats' fault. Am I wrong?
Right. No, it's not all Democrat.
In Baltimore City, it's 9-1 Democrats. So you're in the county, but in the city, that means the schools, the crime, the police, the corruption, all Democrats. Maybe you need to balance it out with some Republicans. But y'all got some crazy Republicans. What's that man out there that keep running, the one to wear the headpiece? Pat Donahue, what's his name? That ain't his real
his name. No.
He might as well come on and join the club, because that is not his real head. I saw it tilting one day.
You are keeping it spicy.
He run all the time. He's a perennial. We don't like perennials. We got perennials in Baltimore. They always running, always losing. You should have learned the first time. That ain't working. Try something else.
Right.
But he does keep it interesting. But, the east side of the county is heavily Republican, right? Do Black people on the east side vote?
They do. The numbers may not be as high, but yeah, they do.
There's a lot of economic development on the east side of the county. A lot of assets. You got the
There's
water
a lot of
over there.
changes.
manufacturing is over there, some technology.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what's next?
What's next? Continue to fight. Dr. Williams is moving on to, I guess, bigger and greater things. We will continue to try to work together, two branches. Sometimes it is, as you said, a conflict because people do believe that it is the Baltimore County branch that went after Dr. Williams, and it was not. So I want to be clear. It was not the Baltimore County because we were supporting them. Shutting up some of these Karens, as you said, coming back to see who are they looking at as the new superintendent and make sure we have a voice at the table.
Is it that they want a white school superintendent for Baltimore County?
What do you think? Yes.
Okay, then get
Yes,
one.
but the kids need somebody that look like us.
What is the demographic of the Baltimore County school system? Is it majority Black and brown?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Maybe you can get the current squad like some Black boyfriends. At their next meeting, why don't you send some Black male strippers over there?
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
Hey, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Yes, it is.
It might loosen them up a bit. And send some Henny. Definitely send some Henny over there.
Is that what they like to drink?
I don't know. Maybe some vodka. I went to a Jewish wedding once. Oh my God, Russian Jews. My God, it was so much damn vodka flowing. Woo! After every meal. Ooh. But you got to do something. You got to try something because
we do.
This is 2023. Is that right?
Yeah.
And it's Black History Month.
It is.
Okay, so look, we got 12 minutes. I promise Dr. Tyrone Taborn and STEM City USA and Nikki, who's like my boss, don't tell nobody, but they want us to talk about some Black history. So I'm going to share a Black history fact, and then I want you to share with me, with the audience, a Black history fact. Okay, I'll go first. So one of my favorite people in Black history is Denmark Vesey. Denmark Vesey was down in Charleston, South Carolina. Now, if you're down in Charleston, I want you to hear me. There's a place down there called the Citadel. And they built the Citadel because of Denmark Vesey. Denmark Vesey attempted to lead what would have been the most elaborate slave insurrection in America. But you know what happened. It was kind of like that Baltimore County thing. Somebody dry snitched on him. It was a slave named Prelude. I'll never forget it. And I was studying this with Dr. Eugenia Collier at Morgan State University. And anyway, he was a very talented man. He could read in multiple languages, particularly French. Denmark Vesey, instead of being a slave because he had epilepsy, they made him a cabin boy. They made him a cabin boy. And so he would go around actually inspecting slaves, the teeth, the body, make sure they're healthy. But he also could read French. And one of his favorite places was Haiti. And Haiti is the home of the greatest Black man ever in the Western Hemisphere. His name was Toussaint Louverture. He led the Haitian Revolution, he and Jean-Jacques Dessalines. And so Denmark Vesey saw the whole Haitian Revolution, Napoleon in his hind parts. Matter of fact, they mopped the street with Napoleon Bonaparte. And that's why everything you hear about Haiti today is always something negative, because the French got their arses kicked royally right out of Haiti. So Denmark Vesey said, hey, let me try that up here in Charleston. Like I said, somebody snitched on him. But the amazing thing was there was a lottery. He hit the number, bought his freedom, and the Caucasian people said, you should go back to Africa. And he said, no, I'm going to use this money to help all of my people be free. So if you never heard the story, now you know the story of Denmark Vesey, Vesey,
Mm-hmm.
and he was so awesome. He put so much fear in the devils that they had to build the citadel. We don't even know our history. There would be no citadel if it weren't for Denmark Vesey.
Mm-hmm.
That's how much fear. Just like Nat Turner. Oh my God, you know Nat Turner story? But I skipped. It's your turn.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna make mine very simple.
You can't do Coretta Scott King. Let me just tell you.
No, not Coretta.
Okay.
Who was the first graduate female that graduated from Harvard Law School? That was an African American woman at Harvard.
Okay, I'll be cheating, but tell me who.
Leila Fenwick.
You related?
I am not, but I did go to do a certificate program at Harvard. So that was something, big, because you don't see many of us at Harvard. Yeah.
They still at Harvard too.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh my God. But I get it. Harvard has an entrepreneurship program that I plan on jumping on.
Yeah,
and
do
it's
it.
not because Harvard is like going to Johns Hopkins. I've been to Hopkins. Whatever.
Yep.
Ain't nothing tougher than Morgan State University and the financial aid department. Whoa. If you come through that, you ought to get a double PhD.
Well, I don't know. I like to say Coppin State University.
No, I've been
Nursing.
to both. Coppin was civil. Plus, it's not that big a campus, and it's only a certain amount of people, and you can find out where they at. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
But we're doing great and big things. Just know that.
I love
stay
Coppin State.
tuned.
I'm struggling with
Stay
Morgan right now.
tuned.
I'm struggling. Which one do you claim?
I'm claiming Coppin, of course.
Okay. I grew up down the street. I was a part of making sure Coppin got the attention from Robert Ehrlich. They got more money from Ehrlich than all of the Democrats combined. Black Democrats walk past Coppin like, so what? I don't see you. It took Ehrlich, a Republican, to put money at Coppin. Figure that.
And we just got another grant. The connectivity with the digital connectivity, making it equal for all people.
Rob know. They know about Morgan State. By the time you get through Morgan State, you should get a double damn PhD. If you went through a master's, you should get a PhD. If you went through the PhD program, you should get 2 PhDs and an honorary. Just for not pimp slapping somebody over there and getting sent to central booking. Okay, let me ask you this before we go.
Okay.
Mass incarceration. Any thoughts on that? Let me tell you. This country makes up 5% of the world's population. But we have 25% of the world's inmates. And as crime is starting to burgeon and escalate, hey there, Lushy Lush, as crime is escalating in Baltimore County, that means more and more Baltimore County young Black men and young Black women are going to the jail. ECI, diagnostic, Jessup Cut, all of that. We're going to prison. Half of the prison population looks like us. Has that come up on your radar screen at the NAACP Baltimore County? Mass incarceration, reversing this downward spiral.
We've had guests. We just had our state conference, and that was one of the things that they discussed. A lot of political figures came and they said they had various bills that they wanted to look at as far as with the incarceration. And they did throw out some statistics.
I'll tell you something else you have in Baltimore County. You have the largest concentration of group homes anywhere in the state. Black people own a lot of these group homes. My brother and sister-in-law live directly across the street from a group home that wreaks havoc on the community.
When you say havoc, you mean?
They off the damn chain all day, every day. Police, ambulance, police. They pull up in, they parking in your driveway.
So, again, when you talk, I hear what you're saying. Is it mental health? Is it?
It's part of it is greed. Some people don't need group homes, and it's regulation.
Right, absolutely.
But it's also enforcement, just like with minority business enterprise. There are rules in place, but they're not being enforced. Do you find disparity in the way laws are being enforced in the Black
Mhm.
community versus in non-Black communities?
I agree. It is. If you look at, somebody brought this to my attention yesterday, and I really never paid attention to this. And I was complaining about the what, when you're driving through and you have the camera and they snap you if you're going too fast. So they were saying, have you noticed that they're usually in minority communities?
Oh yeah, all the
And I
speed
was like,
cameras.
oh my goodness, wow. I never even paid any attention.
We do. Baltimore City, we know.
That was
And
news
as
to
soon
me.
as you go out to the white area, it's like, damn,
Yeah, it's
y'all get
not.
to drive like this,
Yes,
and our car insurance is higher.
yes,
The
absolutely.
mortgages, oh man, the
Yes,
redlining.
yes. Now
Baltimore's
that's,
home to that.
yeah, that's something we're looking into as far as insurance being higher for us. Why?
Yeah,
Why is that?
because you're Black.
Is exactly
Tell
like it.
Khan,
Call it what it
instead of
is. Call it
chasing
what it
Dr.
is.
Dr.
Yes.
Williams, tell Khan to go chase them damn insurance rates. I bet you
Right.
Karen won't look at that. But you know
Right.
when she will? When she find out she got mixed grandchildren.
Yes. Yeah.
You need to get all
Possibly.
the Khans, you need to find who their daughters are and introduce them to some Black men.
Hmm. Hmm.
Y'all need to have a mixer.
Yeah. And who knows? Sometimes their perception change if you start being friends with them, because they say, "I didn't know this. I didn't know this." You
Because you're
know
busy hating on people.
exactly. So a little bit more education for them. Unfortunately, not that they don't know, but sometimes it has to be reinforced.
And that's why we need reparations. Because Khan
Hmm.
keep on with that foolishness. That's why we
Right.
need reparations right now.
Right. And we need, as minorities, to stop being part of the Karens.
Some of us want to be accepted by people who don't love us.
Hmm.
That's why I wrote my book, Unapologetically Black.
Hmm.
Accept your damn self. If you accept you, that's all that matters. You say one with
Absolutely.
God is a majority, where two or three are gathered in his name, there you should be in the midst and all of that. We talk all of that Christian stuff. Where is our faith? And what's up with the Black church in Baltimore County?
Hmm.
What's
Hmm.
up with the Black church? Where's the Black church?
Exactly. They need to be out there. It's not about preaching behind the pulpit. I've always said that. You got to be active. If you're trying to keep members, that's not the solution. I need to see you engaged. I love Pastor Bethia because she's always reaching out. That's one
Karen
pastor that I
Bethia,
do. Yes.
set the houses free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's that church now?
That's in at the mall, at Security Mall. Yep,
You
they
know,
have.
Black people, we are super users. We have $1.6 trillion in annual disposable income, and Black women control most of that $1.6 trillion.
Hmm.
Do you think we put too much money building churches and not enough money building manufacturing plants? Be careful now. I ain't trying to set you up, but we spend a lot of damn money in church. I
Does
mean,
church have to be church a building? Can you not get out in the community
I don't
and be
know.
on the
We
corner
got
where
big,
the
we
liquor
have big
store
ass churches,
is?
but we ain't got
Or
no damn businesses.
you could be at the liquor store and preach and minister and bring somebody to Christ,
How
or
about
whatever your higher being is.
New Antioch? New
Mhm.
Antioch.
Oh,
I
New Antioch
saw
is great.
they built a big church.
Yes.
Then they built a big church across the street
Yes.
and they sold it.
Hmm.
Maybe we building too many damn churches, need to build some damn businesses.
I can't say that, but I
I ain't
think
trying to get you in trouble with
no.
Reverend Barney. I mean, nice church and all, but
I
we need
love
some
Reverend
damn
Barney
business.
too.
We need some income. Here
We
in West
do.
Baltimore, we have a Black-owned manufacturing plant,
Hmm.
2132 West North
Hmm.
Avenue, the EMOD Center. They're
Hmm.
employing Black people. Why
Hmm.
aren't we building more businesses?
Hmm.
Why are we so stuck on stupid? We spending $1,500 on a pocketbook, but we ain't got no business.
Exactly.
I
I
like,
agree.
I like you looking fly, but shouldn't we be
Hmm.
creating something that can generate more
Mhm.
jobs?
Are we doing enough teaching financially to our communities that
No,
you can deal?
we're giving our children the money without the
Mhm,
lessons and the wisdom. We're
mhm,
just giving it
mhm.
because we didn't have this or that, so we're giving it to them. Don't give it to them. Make them work for it.
I agree.
Anything you want to say before we go? Because I done got you in plenty good trouble today. Good
I
trouble.
know you have. You have.
Shout out to the
Um,
Muslims out there. Don't forget them. Put them on. Hey, you know what? You got. Hey, y'all better get it together out there because
mhm,
what's his name? What's that little one? He looked like Vic Naraj's cousin. Y'all got your own Vic Naraj out there. You don't know Vic Naraj?
mhm.
The Rue Vic Naraj. What's the one in Baltimore County? Y'all got your own.
Um,
Jay Jalisi, that's him. What's he doing?
oh,
They both
I'm.
two crazy radicals. Jay Jalisi thought black people out of Baltimore County were stupid. He gave him
Mhm,
a $500 check and a bucket of church's
mhm,
hip hop fried chicken, and black people like, oh, Jay Jalisi, Jay Jalisi.
mhm,
We so stupid sometimes.
mhm, mhm.
He had no love for us.
But who knows what people did behind the closed doors?
They took that money.
You can say what you're going to do, but behind closed doors, nobody knows who you vote for.
I'm glad he
That's
gone. I like Ben Brooks. Ben Brooks, my
mhm.
man, 500
Oh,
grand. Plus, he supports black business.
yes.
He runs a black business.
Yeah, he
But he
does.
can't get comfortable because Jay Jalisi coming back like a rash.
Yeah. And I work with Ben Brooks on a bill as far as when we're
Senator
going
Brooks.
through, excuse me, Senator Brooks. That's right, the title. Um, when we're going through COVID, and he put out a bill as far as for healthcare workers, first responders, as far as to do tax credit because we were doing all those hours and going to be put in another tax bracket, but it was to help the community. So either you wanted us to work these extra hours or, not help the community. So he
Did you,
did help with that.
let me ask you this before we go. Did you know Ella White Campbell?
I heard of her. I did not meet her. Yes.
Well, I sat down at a dining room table. I think I was with Aaron Barnett. You know Aaron Barnett?
Yes.
They call him Block.
Uh-huh.
Big cat.
Mhm,
And Ella
mhm,
White Campbell is Baltimore County history living. I mean, she was just the culmination of power. She was like Harriet Tubman,
mhm,
and I mean, she was just gangster, and she didn't play.
mhm.
And it's because of Ella White Campbell that we have been able to enjoy some of the fruits and benefits of her labor still today. So for Black History Month, shout out to Ella White Campbell. God rest her soul up in heaven. She didn't play, and she don't want us to be playing. She want us to be
Absolutely.
serious, and she want us to be unapologetically black. How can people get in touch with you, Danita Tolson?
They can get in touch with me with the Baltimore County branch NAACP. We have a web page. You could just Google it and put Baltimore County NAACP,
Or you ain't gonna put
and
your phone number out there.
I'll
Come on,
I'll
man.
put
We're
my
trying to
I'll put
organize.
my I'll put my email address. That's DANITOLSON at AOL.com.
Danny
And that
Tolson, DANI, last name Tolson, TOLSON at AOL.com. You have
correct.
mail. How old is that
Mm.
email address? That's every bit of 22 years old. You
Hey,
have
but I'm 20
an
but I'm
antique.
21. You say I'm 22. 21, 23.
You have mail. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Tolson. Shout out to
Thanks
your
for
family.
thanks for having me. I enjoyed it, and hopefully, this is a step in the right path. So
I hope you and Ryan can work together.
I hope so too. I'm very hopeful that we can get through this.
You must work together. We have no choice.
Mhm.
Nobody's coming to save us.
Right, and we're willing.
And we have the same enemy,
Mhm.
which is
Absolutely.
darkness. It ain't a color, it's darkness.
Yeah,
It's
but
ugliness.
yeah,
My
we
mother
gotta,
said, God don't like ugly and care less for beauty.
yeah. Well, we gotta stop people from hazing some of our people that we put in leadership, because that's exactly what they've been doing.
And don't forget, take them carrying some black strippers. That'll calm them down.
Mhm.
Have a great day.
You
It's
too.
Friday,
Take care.
y'all.
All right. Bye
Good
bye.
morning, world.